It's Monday, May 3rd, and my name is Jim Mayola, and I'm interviewing Miss Dorothy Watkins, who is a longtime resident of Mount Airy, Maryland. Now, Dorothy, you were telling me that you were born in Frederick
County.
Frederick County, and you moved here when you were
Going
eighth
into
grade.
the 8th grade.
8th grade, okay. So,
I graduated from Mount Airy High School.
okay.
And then about 2 years after that, I got married because it was during the war, and he was drafted, and we'd been dating 3 years. So,
Oh, okay.
anyhow, he was in the military for the 20 years. And after he retired from the military, we went into the bowling business, which was a 4-lane alley down in Mount Airy where the beauty shop is now.
No kidding.
And then in 67, this was 63, he retired. 67, he and Pat Beck had the building built for the new bowling alley.
Okay.
And we put the 12 lanes and the snack bar and everything. What was in the building was ours, but the building was Mr. Beck's.
Still in Mount Airy.
Still in Mount Airy, still
Okay.
there. And we sold that then in 76, we sold it.
Okay.
Then we moved to Florida in 79, and I lived in Florida for 22 years. Then after he died, I came back to Mount Airy.
Because
And I bought here in the Wildwood Park Senior Development.
you wanted to come home.
Come home, because my family's all.
Sure. Okay, so in the 8th grade, let's see, 8th grade you were about, what, 13? Okay. Now, I'm not going to ask your age, but I just want to figure out what year that might have been, or around what year you
Let's
think.
see, we moved to Mount Airy in, well, I graduated in 41,
Okay.
and we only had 11 grades then.
So this would have been the mid-30s then,
Yeah.
35, 36, something like that,
Somewhere in
okay.
there.
And so this is before World War II,
Yes.
and you're living in Mount Airy.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Mount Airy was neat, quiet little town. We had a movie theater, and we had the little bowling alley and the churches and the restaurants, but it was small. And everybody knew everybody else. Now we don't know anybody.
Now you actually lived in the town.
Let me think now. Yeah. I
Okay,
lived
so
in-
you were a city girl then.
Yeah.
Okay. And your family ran the bowling alley?
No, my husband and I.
Your husband and you. That's after you got married.
After he got out of the service.
Okay. All right. So growing up as a teenager in Mount Airy and going to, I guess, Mount Airy Middle School and high
No,
school.
we just had the whole thing, elementary and high, was all in what is
One.
now elementary.
Okay, in the same building.
All in the same building.
Okay,
All
and so-
all 11 grades.
Okay. And how big was your classroom? I mean, how many?
We had 36 graduates, and that was the
Really?
largest graduating class they had had.
Wow. And what year was that?
I graduated in June of 41.
41. Okay, 1941. And after you graduated from high school, what did you do?
Well, let me see, what did I do after that? I worked in a restaurant in D.C. for a short time. And then I lived part-time with my cousin in Baltimore and worked in a cafeteria style until I got married.
Okay.
And then I came back to Mount Airy. And, of course, he was already then in the service.
Right. Now, was that the Army?
Yeah.
Okay.
20 years in the Army. And let's see, when he came back, we bought our first house down here on Park Avenue.
Do you remember how much you paid for your first house?
I think it was something like maybe 13,000, somewhere in that
Yeah.
vicinity.
And this would have been in the 50s?
We came back from overseas in 55.
Okay.
So it was probably maybe into 56. It was settled. And then we, of course, went into the bowling business. Then we bought a house
Now,
out.
you said that you had a 4-lane bowling alley
Yep.
here in Mount Airy.
Downtown, where it's like Memories Beauty Shop or something down there now.
Now, was it duck pin or 10 pin?
Duck pins.
Duck pins.
Duck pins.
Now, did you have automatic setters or did you have pin setters?
We had pin setters when we first bought it,
Yeah.
but then we went to the automatics.
Right. So you actually had guys
Oh, yes.
back there
Oh,
setting
yes.
the pins?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Yep. And
Times have changed.
oh yes, oh yes. Now there are very few duck pin lanes left at all.
That's
That one
true.
is still here,
That's true.
but Frederick has no duck pin lanes
Mhm.
anymore at all.
So, how long did you have the bowling alley?
Well, let's see. We went in the old one in '53, and we sold in '76 the new
Mhm.
one. So, and then
Now that one was much bigger.
oh yeah, 12 lanes.
12 lanes. All still duck pin or duck pin and tin?
All duck pins.
All duck pin with automatic setters.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that made it a little easier.
And a snack bar, of course. And when we had it, there was no beer, but they do have beer now. But
Yeah.
we had a snack bar, but no beer.
So you ran your own business right here in town.
Yep.
And you did well?
Did well. He was a recruiter. He was used to being with people and talking with people. And after a while, it got. We had big tournaments and everything, but it got too confining, and he retired from that.
Right.
Then when we, of course, this isn't about Mount Airy. When we left here, we went to Florida. He went to go work for Goodwill Industries, where he was a supervisor of 3 counties of collection places. And he retired. He went, he went military, and then the bowling alley, and then he got cancer.
Now, where'd you live in Florida?
We lived in Largo.
Okay, and you lived there for
22 years.
And then you came back.
Came back up here. He died in fact, it was just 10 years ago, last week. And I stayed down there a year, and then I moved back up here. It took me a year to get a house in here.
Yeah. But you like living in Carroll County.
Oh yes.
What's special about Carroll County?
Well, I think the fact that I know the area, and I know quite a few people. Of course, not the new ones that have come in.
Sure.
But I know a lot of people I went to school with and church with, and I belong to a little church down there. It's in Frederick County, a little Marvin Chapel Church. I've belonged to that since I was this high, and I worked down there a couple days a week on their thrift shop, because that's what's keeping the church going. It's a small church, so they don't have money.
Yeah. Well, Dorothy, you were living in Mount Airy during World War II. What was it like?
Well, it was kind of rough because everything was rationed. You couldn't. Of course, I never owned a car. I never drove. My husband, of course, he did, but and your sugar and your meats and everything, But Mount Airy seemed to survive okay. I mean, we did great.
Did a lot of people have gardens?
Oh yes, my dad had a garden.
And so you ate food out of the garden?
Oh yes.
Okay. And now some of the people probably didn't have. You had electricity.
Oh yes.
And indoor plumbing?
Indoor plumbing. Yes.
Okay. Did you have a refrigerator or an ice box?
Let's see. We had an ice box at first when we moved to Mount Airy, but then we had the automatic.
Okay. Do you remember the ice box?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
And they'd bring the ice to your house?
A couple times a week, I think the iceman would come.
Okay. And how about, did you have milk delivered?
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess you had a radio.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
What did you listen to on the radio?
Well, when I was living at home with my parents, you only played the radio special for he liked the Philadelphia Athletics and the Grand Ole Opry. But you didn't play the radio day long like you do now.
No. Yeah.
And then, of course, when the TV came out, that changed everything.
Yes. And when did you get your first TV? Do you remember?
Oh dear. Not really. Let's see. I go by my children's age. When my daughter was born, we didn't have TV. She was born in 40. I guess about 45 or 46, somewhere along there.
So there weren't very many channels.
No.
And it was black and white.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Now, how about telephone? Did you have a telephone?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Party line?
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh. So did you had to share your telephone?
That's right.
Okay. And did you have to go through the operator?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And so how did that work?
Well, that's been so long ago.
Yeah.
She would say, you know, you pick a receiver, and she'd say, and then you'd give her the number that you wanted, and then she would dial it.
Okay. Boy, times have changed.
Yes, they have.
Yes, they have. So, as a child, what did you do for entertainment? You know, what are the kinds of things that you did in your spare time?
Well, we played, of course, there were 5 of us children, and we played like Pachisi and Old Maids, and outdoors we played tag and Annie over and that kind of stuff, which they probably never heard of nowadays. But I wasn't too much into sports. My husband was a sports. He played baseball every day of it. So
Dorothy, did you, how about clothes and shopping and that kind of thing? Did you make your own clothes?
my mom did. My mom made our clothes. Of course, back during, you know, Depression, they were like feet sacks. She made clothes, and up until, I guess, almost to high school, I expect, or I wore hand-me-downs.
Sure. Well, you did with what you had.
That's right.
How about you? Did you learn to sew?
Yes, I could sew at one time. I don't anymore, but
Now, what did your dad do?
my dad was, when I was little, he was an engineer, a fireman on locomotives, B&O Railroad, and then as he advanced to engineer on the B&O.
So he spent a lot of time away from home then?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Especially during the Depression, because you'd be on the extra list. And an older person could bump you, and you'd go back down to the end again, and then you have to wait until your turn to come up again. So he worked sometimes for the state roads or something, because there was not that much employment on the railroad.
And he had a family to support.
That's right.
And your mom was a homemaker.
Homemaker.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Interesting times. You've seen a lot of changes, haven't you?
Yes, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. So do you like living in Carroll County?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's back home.
Yes, back home again. What can you tell me about the senior center here?
Well, I don't come up too often because I don't drive, and I used to walk a mile a day, but I don't do that anymore either. But it has something almost every day for you to do if you want to do it, or you could, of course, other than your meals.
Right.
And I think it's a big help to the community. It gives us old folks something to do.
Well, that's good. Now, you said you don't drive. What about when you were little? Did your family have a car?
My dad never owned a car. He was terrified in a car.
Was he really? Okay, how about your husband when you got married?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. We had cars.
Can you remember your first car?
No,
No.
He would, but I don't.
Yeah, okay. It just got you from here to there.
Yeah.
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 Well, Dorothy, it has been a real pleasure talking to you. I really enjoyed speaking with you. And
I hope I helped you.
you did indeed. It's wonderful to reminisce, to tell about the old stories, and I'm glad you're back in Carroll County.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely.